Believe it or not, dinosaurs can still make you a decent amount of GP in today's day of RuneScape, and in this video I'm going to be showcasing how you could do that on an AFKable level. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, make sure you stay tuned. Let's dive in. In this video, we're going to specifically talk about venomous dinosaurs since they are the fastest to kill and gives you the most kills per hour. With that being said, you can use the same method for the brutish and the feral dinosaurs. You just won't see as many kills per hour since they are a little bit more bulkier than the venomous ones here. So the venomous dinosaurs requirements is 105 plus Slayer, which also is high enough for you to be able to take on the feral and the brutish dinosaurs as well. 85 plus combat skills so you can withstand actually fighting them. 97 plus archaeology for the relic powers we will be talking about here in a little bit. 97 plus herblore for your overload salves, but in this video I will be using elder overload salves. Overload salves do work just as well since they do give you a toxin that you do need to get rid of, since it does do a good bit of damage to you. Following that up, we do have 80 plus summoning for a Holy Scarab Familiar. For the quest, you will want to have Dwarf Cannon completed since we will be using our cannon for this method. Following that up, we have the Temple S Intestine. Since we will be using curses, you need that completed in order to have them unlocked. Following that up, you also need the access to Anachronia, which is just doing a quick tutorial around the island. And then you'll have access to everywhere on the island, including the dinosaurs. Now, what I recommend is having at least 114 plus invention so you can create potion reservoirs, so you can throw your elder overload salves or your overload salves inside of them and just make this a super chill AFK method. The next recommended I have would be the Greater Chan ability and the Magma Tempest ability. I know they are super expensive, but they are OP when it comes to doing any AoE mob slayer creatures like dinosaurs, since they do make your kills per hour go through the roof. But if you do not have them, I will showcase another revo bar you can use. First off, we're going to talk about the gear. We are going to be using 3 pieces of the Seer Singer set, which will be the helm, the robe top, and the robe bottom. For the gloves and the boots, we're going cheap. We're going to go with the Ganodermic gloves and boots so we can use the Animate Dead and have tank armor. Not everybody has Crypt Bloom, and Crypt Bloom is super expensive. As for the aura, we will be using a Vampirism aura. For the cape, we do have a Zuck cape. Now for the necklace, we do have the Necklace of Salamancy, since it does give you a 10% accuracy and damage buff to all the dinosaurs, and it also gives you a plus 3% drop rarity boost when killing dinosaurs as well. For the ring slot, we do have the River's Ring, and in the ammo slot, we do have a Grasping Rune pouch holding all the runes to be able to cast Exsanguinate. Now, for the weapon, we do have the Inquisitor Staff on here. It just gives you more kills per hour. If you have another tier 85 staff, it will work just as well. It will just have your kill count go down by a good little bit. Now, for the pocket slot, we have the Underworld Grimoire 4, which is pretty key for this setup since it will automatically transfer your dinosaur bones to the ritual site. As for the inventory, I have my potion reservoirs, my elder overload salves to go inside of it, or your overload salves if you have those instead. A Holy Scarab Familiar, I have my cannon balls, and I have another Grasping Rune pouch in here holding ruins to be able to cast Animate Dead. Down on the bottom, I do have a seed aside for extra farming XP, along with it to automatically pick up my Arbok seeds that come along the way. After that, we have the Spring Cleaner for all the alcohols that they do drop. I have an Artificious Measures on here, but an upgraded gem bag does work since they do drop some Dragon Stones. And after that, I do have an Enhanced Excalibur just in case something went south and I had to do a quick little heal. Now, I did not have any perks on any of the gear since the gear is not augmentable that I will be using, but for the relic powers, I was using Conservation of Energy, Persistent Rage, and Fury of the Small. Now, if you're not high enough level for Conservation of Energy, then you can use Death Ward in its place since you will be taking a bunch of hits throughout this entire method. But again, you would like to have the ideal relic powers of Conservation of Energy, Persistent Rage, and Fury of the Small. It just goes hand in hand with the revo bar that I'm going to be showcasing you. As for the Revolution bar I was using Sunshine, Magma Tempest, Greater Chain, Omni Power, Wild Magic, Corruption Blast, Dragon Breath, Tsunami, Greater Sonic Wave, Rack, and Sacrifice. Now, if you don't have Magma and Greater Chain, then it's going to be the same exact thing. You're just going to take out Magma, and then you might honestly have to pay attention if Tsunami is getting used enough, or if it's getting overly used for your Omni not to be used at all with the Revolution Bar. And if that's the case, take Tsunami out, and it's just going to go Sunshine, Chain, Omni Power, Wild Magic, Corruption Blast, Dragon Breath, Greater, Sonic Wave, Rack, and Sacrifice. Now, to get to the Venomous Dinosaurs, there is a little bit of a requirement for the quick method, which be the 90 archaeology and having a bunch of relics unlocked in order to be able to use the Orthan teleportation device to the outpost. And all you have to do is run down the path past the brutish dinosaurs through the little dinosaur bone trail, and then you'll come to the Venomous Dinosaurs. If you do not have that unlocked, then unfortunately you have to run from the base camp, as you see in the center of the map I'm showing now, all the way north to the little pinpoints that you see where the Venomous Dinosaurs are at. Fair warning, it is a good bit of running that is required to be able to get up there if that's the route you have to take. Now, once you make it to the area with the Venomous Dinosaurs, you're going to go about 3 spaces south of the giant bone you see on screen and place your cannon. Now, this is when you activate everything. Your Vampirism Aura, your Potion Reservoirs, you're going to put your Overload or your Elder Overload sounds inside of them. You're going to summon your Holy Scarab, and then you're going to use Deflect Melee, and you're going to activate your Animate Dead. Now, you'll notice that I'm standing in between that giant bone and a bush that's right next to it. This is so you can use the cannon to be able to aggro 4 to 5 Venomous Dinosaurs at all times within this method. Now, to note, with the Holy Scarab and the Deflect Melee prayer, you are not using any prayer whatsoever, so you don't have to worry about even bringing a Powder of Penance to put more on your expenses. Now, the only thing you ever have to worry about would be your Potion Reservoirs and your Animate Dead, and that is every 12 minutes. So that is something that is super AFKable that makes you a decent amount of GP, which we'll go over here right now. Now, if you're using the Revolution Bar I was using in this video, you can expect around 495 kills per hour. But if you're using the Revo Bar that had no Magma Tempest or Greater Chain in it, you can expect around 390 kills per hour, which is still a decent amount of GP from the dinosaur bones. Now, for the experience that you can expect doing Venomous Dinosaurs, you're looking at about 400,000 in defense, 260,000 in magic, 220,000 in constitution, 1,400 for your summoning because your Charming Imp is working on destroying all of those charms, and your Seed Aside getting you around 65,000 farming experience an hour. Now, if you're doing them on a Slayer task or using the Slayer wildcards, you can expect around 660,000 XP per hour for Slayer. Now, from just a normal loot off the grounds and the dinosaur bones being shipped off to the ritual site, I get about 12.5 million GP from that. Now, I did get lucky and I got 2 unchecked Venomous Dinosaurs along with the Laceration Boots all off task. Now, if you're doing this all off task, I wouldn't hold my breath for any of the rares with the blowpipe since they are 1 in 20,000 drop rate for those pieces. Laceration Boots are 1 in 8,000 off task, which is pretty insane to even think about. And the Venomous Dinosaur Eggs, which is for your unchecked Venomous Dinosaurs, is 1 in 750. So that's not too bad. And they do roughly sell around 1.5 million GP each. So that does increase your GP per hour by a large margin. Now, with all of your expenses, especially with the prices that they are now, you can look at about 11.7 million GP per hour of straight profits doing this method. So if you're still chasing the totem pieces or you're still chasing your Anachronia base camp pieces that you need to upgrade to the tier 3s, this is perfect for you since you are going to be making a decent amount of GP along with XP while searching for those pieces that you need. But that does come an end to this video. If you guys found anything useful or interesting, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys are brand new to the channel and would like to see more AFK money making methods like this, make sure to hit that sub button. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you guys know when I upload next. But until next time, guys, I hope you stay safe. See ya.